Hey guys, welcome back. So, I just got off work, and it's been a crazy work week, and it's 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just like extremely tired. But I wanted to continue on yesterday's talk because I got a lot of great feedbacks from a couple coworkers of mine that watched my live. After I went live, they watched it later on, and so I'm gonna continue on a little bit on about this because cancel culture is a real thing. Like, people can cancel you just because they don't like what you say. Excuse me. Or they don't feel like you politically are correct. You don't align with political agendas. And something that I've seen a lot of YouTubers struggling with, and especially on TikTok, that a lot of creators are struggling with on YouTube and on TikTok, and I've been seeing it a lot because I've been following a lot of people, is they've been getting canceled by their own social media, like TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. They cancel them. So there's a Christian creator that I follow, and he is amazing, and he just talks about, faith in God and different ways to find God in life, and he doesn't say anything offensive. He doesn't say anything. But for some reason, they started saying that he was posting vulgar things, and the same thing started happening to me. Like, I don't make any money out of any platform besides Facebook and Instagram. Why? Because Facebook and Instagram finally, actually was Instagram that said it became monetized. I really don't make much. I've only made $36. Like, $36 is not much, but I'm grateful for them. And I am so grateful for the $36 that I've made. So far, I've only made like $2, $3 because my videos really don't get a lot of views lately. And it's like, it's fine. I'm perfectly fine. I'm just learning. And as I'm learning how to do this, it's like, it's perfectly fine. So one of the things that I started learning how to do was affiliate marketing, because I like it. It's fun. It's something new. You always want to learn something new. So I started studying on what affiliate marketing is, how it works, what you need to do to make it work. And it's not really difficult, but I still haven't really found like a way to get it to where it can make me great income. And on one of the things that I got was a request from, I don't know, it's some group. Apparently they're aligned with Facebook, and they told me that I was crossing the line, that I was not following the guidelines, and I was showing vulgar and nudity and foul language. Like, I'm a Christian creator just like the other guy, and I don't always talk about my Christianity or about God on my Facebook account like as often as I do on my Wisdom Talk, on my YouTube channel and my TikTok account for Wisdom Talk, because I do now on Facebook, but back then I wasn't doing it as much. I just like started like doing this, posting these ads, because I was like, I wonder if they can, because I have a personal shopper page. If you guys don't know, you guys can follow me there. It's called Personal Shopper. And if you guys see a picture of like I think it's a hummingbird, that's me. It says Personal Shopper, that's me. So what I've been doing is something, because I work retail, and a lot of my friends was like, they're like, you always find us the best deals. So what I would do is I was always finding them the best deals. If they needed towels, for instance, and they wanted to find the best quality towels for your buck, so you don't have to spend, because everything nowadays is expensive. So what I do is, whatever people were telling me that they needed to find, I would start finding the best quality for their buck. So I wasn't just finding whatever cheap thing on Amazon I can find and be like, oh, maybe they might want this one. No. Someone asked me for pots and pans, I would do my research. I would first look for the best pots and pans that people are liking, and why they're liking these pots and pans, and why they're starting to get so much reviews, and whether are they worth it. So I would do my research, and then I would post it if it was worth it, and if it was a good price, and I would suggest these to my viewers, and I'd be like, hey, this is something that's good for your bank, for your buck. Or I would even buy stuff myself and review it and do it for myself, and I'll be like, this is a bank, but good for your buck. And I would post a link, and people can go in there and shop. And it was that free, and it was like not a hack. I didn't take any money from you or anything like that. And that's what they were trying to say, that I was sexually, like, putting sexual content. And I was like, where the hell does this come from? So that's one of the things that I feel like, as YouTubers, content creators on any social media platform, whether it be YouTube, TikTok, or whatever, you're always having that fear. Like, I don't fear, because fear doesn't come from God, but that, oh my God, am I gonna offend someone that bad that they're gonna have to, like, be like, oh, you're getting canceled? Because that's what they were telling me. They're like, oh, you're gonna be banned from Facebook. You're not gonna be able to use. I never got banned, by the way, but they kept telling me that I was gonna get banned, and I just, like, whatever, ignored it. But I did submit it to Facebook, and Facebook never replied back. So I was like, but I did submit it because I was banned from selling things, because I also do photography aside. And someone said that I was selling nude photos, and I don't do nude photos. So I was like, where's all this stuff coming from? Like, and that's one of the things that I've seen a bunch of content creators, like, get canceled. I was watching an episode of Amala, and she was constantly, YouTube was like, sorry, we're not gonna play your video, or sorry, TikTok constantly kept kicking her out because of her content, because of the beliefs she believes in, and because of she's not so much Democratic, or she's Republican, and it was just all a bunch of stuff. And it's just like, oh, because it didn't align with their agenda, or they would make up stuff saying that her stuff was vulgar, and it's like, nowadays, it's not about your face and about how you are as a human. Now it has a face of race, like, what's the color of your skin, or what's the color, and it's like, can I say this? Will this offend someone? And that's why I started these jokes. So I'm gonna do a little bit of comedy, and because my friend said to do them, and I was like, okay, I'll do my little jokes, because they all thought it was funny. So I was like, when did we become English? Pronouns, we use them all the time in the English dictionary. Now all of a sudden we became English. I thought you had English in you from, like, England and stuff, but you weren't identified. And then now everybody's coming up with this, like, what is math? Like, oh, this is Mexican math. I'm Mexican, so either you listen or I'll make you listen, because I'm Mexican. And it's like, so I did a little skit going, I'm Mexican, so I have to have popcorn with, of course, tapatio and lemon. Why? Because I'm Mexican. And everybody started following the trend, and some people thought it was funny, and they started going, have you tried popcorn with cream soda and a sprinkle some cinnamon or something like that? And I thought it was cool. I thought that was great. And so, and then it's like, a lot of teachers, like I talked about yesterday, are complaining about students, because the parents, we're becoming a soft society where parents are not being parents. And I'm not here to judge you or anybody. I am just saying, because I see it all the time, okay? And this is where my joke comes from. I work retail. Where I work is a retail store. It's a big, huge retail store, so you probably already know where it's at. Okay? And we have this gentleman who comes in maybe once a month, twice a month, or whatever. Sometimes he likes to talk to people on the internet pretending he's a 14-year-old girl. And he literally likes to do this. And he goes out and he says, oh, let's meet at this store, at this place. And so he goes on and he meets them at this store, at this place, at this time. And as he's doing that, he finally waits for them, and then he sees this person, and he goes, oh, you're so-and-so. Okay. He goes, hi, I'm that little 14-year-old or 13-year-old girl you were talking to, thinking you were going to squeeze your two things right. Yeah. And he starts yelling at them, I'm going to call the cops. you pervert, and he like humiliates them in front of the whole entire store, like literally humiliates them as he walks them out. He literally walks them out. He walks them out of the door, humiliates them, and he starts yelling out their full name. He finds out where they work. He starts telling people that work. He starts yelling he works at such and such. This is where he lives. He literally tells everybody his business. And people clap and cheer and blah. And you know what I see? Parents leaving their children half away in another aisle while they're making a mess. And they're looking at you like you're stupid because they can't find your child. And they're mad at you because your child is lost. And you're just like, why are you mad at me? You're the one that lost your child. You're not paying me 60, 20, 30 bucks to take care of your damn kid. I'm sorry. I'm not your babysitter. And that's where I get at. It's like, you don't realize that there's crazy lunatics out there wanting to rob your kids. I might as well have been in the wrong profession. I should have just pretended to be an employee of this store, grab those kids, start lining them up, and start selling them and making big bucks. I guarantee you'll make more money than I do working there. I mean, I'm probably sure end up in jail sometimes, but hey, I might be out in a few days. I'm white. I might be able to, and that's one of the jokes that I said, and my friend thought it was hilarious because it's true. And I was like, I wouldn't do that, nor would I think it's right. But I only said that as a joke because people don't realize the severity of it. It's like I see it every day where we have to call a code Adam, and people are like, I can't find my child. I literally, kid you not, I had a grandmother. She couldn't shop in the store, so she had to leave her 3-year-old in electronics because we had one of those game consoles that you can touch and play before COVID. So she's like, I left him in electronics, and I told him not to move, and I told him to keep playing that little free game console that you guys have out there. And I was like, why would you leave a 3-year-old alone? You think a 3-year-old's going to listen and it's going to stay where it needs to stay? It's like a 3-year-old's going to take off and run. And I'm like, and she was so mad at us that we couldn't find him. She started cursing and yelling. And I even said, ma'am, I just looked at my supervisor and I looked at her and I said, why are we even looking for this child? She should be the one going to jail for losing the child, for child neglect. You don't sit there, you don't leave a child unattended thinking that a video game is going to take care of it. And that's what a lot of parents do. You see it all the time at the store. Here, shut up. Here's your iPad. Here, shut up. Here's my phone. Instead of what I believe, spare the rod, spare the child. It's like, I believe what the Bible says. Spare the rod, spare the child. I honestly believe that. I don't believe in soft parenting. It worked for me. The soft parent did not work for me. I'm telling you, spare the rod works for me. I don't beat my kid to death. I never have. But I'd rather set him straight than to see him locked up or dead 6 feet under and me crying about it later, or me going to his jail cell and then him going, what do you want? That's why some of these kids don't even want to be around their parents. They can't stand their parents, and the parents can't stand them, but yet they're the ones that brought them into this world. And a lot of times these parents don't want to deal with their kids. They just like, what do you want? Here's the phone. Shut up. I gave it to you. I hear that all the time. And so with all these cancel culture shenanigans, I'm just like, dang, everything you say, you got to be mindful. What happened? And everybody's like, oh, you have the First Amendment, Second Amendment, Third Amendment, you have the right to freedom of speech, blah, blah, blah. Third Amendment, if you get into the Second Amendment, don't even go there. Bear arms, the Third Amendment, this and that, and you're just like, oh, God. A lot of people just start saying shenanigans stuff, then you're just like, ugh. And the reason why I wanted to come on here and talk and do this little thing is because my friend asked me to, and I told her I would. So, because she wants to start doing videos, and she's been doing it on TikTok, and I just think our TikTok is great and it's a fantastic platform. I do think that social media can be used as a platform to use your voice and to let it be heard. But when you do it in a proper way, if someone's being demeaning or rude, I agree. Give them what they deserve. But when someone's just speaking like I am, out of their saying their opinions, I mean, literally, you really think that I'm gonna go out there and kidnap a child and sell him? No. I'm just gonna look at the parent and be like, why is your child unattended? I'm like, ma'am, I'm like, I wouldn't do that. I'm like, just 2 days ago, we just had a perv taking pictures of a 10-year-old. He was literally hiding in racks, taking pictures of a 10-year-old's ass. Like, she was not dressed slutty. She was a very decent, beautiful young lady. She wasn't dressed like a slut. Her grandmother didn't let her dress that way. And I was really impressed with the way this young girl was dressed. Because nowadays, everybody dresses like they have no clothes on. And so this guy was literally like taking pictures of every girl he can find. And when he found the grandmother was in a wheelchair, he figured, oh, well, she's in a wheelchair. There ain't nothing she can do. And then one of our AP associates asked me, just come here. You tell that guy he can't be in there. Just kind of scare him off. But they had already called the cops. And then he showed me the video, and he zoomed in. He goes, you see what he's doing? Because I asked, I said, what was he doing? And he zoomed in, and there it was. His phone and taking pictures of the little girls behind. I was so furious. He went and told the grandma to press charges. And he told the girl he was sorry. And the little girl didn't realize that she was being violated. She didn't realize. The grandma wasn't, like, not attending to the girl. The grandma was attending to the girl. The girl was by her grandmother's side at all times. But yet I see all these little people with their kids. They're not by their kids' side. They don't care. They run up and down. And they look at you like you're the responsible one. So at the end of the day, I hope this video helps you guys and realize sometimes, is it worth saying things? Is it really worth it? And if you are saying something, make sure it's not demeaning or derogatory towards anybody. Just, if you have a political view because you believe in that political agenda, that's fine. I'm okay with that. I just don't like how people get so angry because you don't agree with their political agenda. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm just like, because it's a war that's been going on for centuries between the Democrat Party and the Republican Party. And I feel like the Democrat Party and the Republican Party both suck, in my opinion, because they haven't done anything to make this country great. All they do is point fingers at each other, and all they do is bash each other and say, oh, the leftist is the one trying to do this. Oh, no, it's the right people that are trying to do this. They're the ones that are trying to make it like this. Oh, no, it's the left people. And it's like going back and forth. And it's been going on for centuries. It's like, what happened to democracy and debate? I don't know. But we shall find out. I literally just look at a candidate, whether he's a Republican or Democrat, and I look at their lifestyle, how they lived growing up. I do my full research. I read up on them. Do I like what they're saying? Does it make sense? That's usually how I vote. That's just me. That's just how I am. I've always been that way. I've never been a follower of like, oh, you have to be a Democrat because you're Hispanic. Or, oh, he likes to go for the Mexican people. And I'm like, no, he needs to go for the people, period. Not just because he wants to get the votes. He needs to do what is right for the American people, period. It's not about, now it's about color and race. It's no longer about human and what they can do. Now everything has to be like, oh, she's Hispanic. That's kind of why we'll let her in. She's black. She'll never get ahead, so we're going to make it about her. Okay, she'll get ahead. We have too many white people. We got to colorize it. It's like, no, she's just as good as a white person, and that person is just as good as a black person. It's like everything now has to be a color. And I'm like, I told this to a coworker of mine. I said, if you have to put color in between something, that means you're the racist. Because there shouldn't be no color. It should be about the conduct and the actions of a person, not the color of their skin. It's how the person acts and how the person does things and how they handle themselves. It has nothing to do with the color of their skin, because the color of their skin has nothing to do with it. I said, so at the end of the day, I hope you guys enjoy your guys' holidays. I want to wish you guys, if you guys don't celebrate holidays, I hope you guys enjoy your rest of your December until the next year. And I wish you guys best of luck. Good night, guys. I better get to bed because I gotta be bright and early tomorrow because I got a long days. I got a holiday party to go to and my work Christmas party, which we never have a work Christmas party. I'm off tomorrow, but they are gonna feed us, and they're like recommending us to go, and they're like, it's only gonna be between this time and this time. Normally every year they usually do it during the whole day. They usually just serve us lunch and that's it. It'd be like, oh, here, and they don't do anything specific. They don't do nothing else other than just feed us. Like they cater from like a restaurant or whatever, and they're like, here, and then during your lunchtime you go and you eat from whatever they brought, and that's it. That's all you get, which I'm grateful for. No, I'm not complaining. I'm not saying that, but this year they're doing it a little different. They're only doing it from such and such time, and they're gonna do it in our workplace, but they're gonna do it in a little spot like where they're calling it the hall, and they're gonna do something there for us. So, and they want us to go because there's gonna be games and prizes or whatever they said. So, we shall see. Good night, guys.